Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to Black History Month. I know it's a few days late, but my first review, I want to get it done. Today I'm reviewing a 2013 action crime thriller directed by Rick Roman Wall and starring The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, based on the experiences of Drug Enforcement Agency informant James Cenebrino. The film was released in the U.S. on February 22nd, 2013, almost 10 years ago. It also stars Barry Pepper, Susan Sarandon, John Bernthal, I'll get to him, Benjamin Bratt, who's barely in the movie, and Michael Kenneth Williams. Rest in peace. The man, he passed away last year. This is a good film. It's very intense though, and very very dark. So if you're not in the mood to see something more adult this Black History Month, this might be a little too much. It's not too violent. It's only a PG-13, but for a PG-13, it's very intense. Basically, the plot is, The Rock's son, Jason Collins, is a college student who he's persuaded to allow his friends Craig to ship him drugs to his house from a bootleg FedEx guy. He opens the box and he has a bunch of pills in there, and cops break into his home and they arrest him. Yeah, and he was going to serve almost 10 years in prison, even though that's a little harsh for just accidentally getting drugs shipped to you. And the whole movie is The Rock trying to get his son out, and we're not breaking him out, but getting him out the legal way. And basically, the movie, it's pretty intense. It's more of a crime thriller drama than an action movie. The action doesn't kick in until the second half, pretty much. But the performances are really good in the movie. The Rock is always good to watch. Here, he's very serious. He doesn't crack jokes or do voices. He's normal. He's a normal guy in this movie. Barry Pepper is okay. It's just kind of there. John Bernthal, most of this film is just predicting that he was going to be the Punisher in Netflix, because 90% of the movie he's pointing a gun at somebody and threatening them, and I'm like, again, that's what the Punisher would do, and I could see it right in his face. He's a really good actor. He's intense, just like The Rock. He's on his level, and he's good in the movie. Melina Kanakaridis, she's a Greek American actress. She was in Percy Jackson, I think the first one. She's really beautiful, good actress. She shows a lot of emotion when Jason gets arrested, and you feel for her. There is a lot of emotions running in this movie. Susan Sarandon is fine. She's older, of course. This is decades after like Rocky Horror Picture, but she can still act. She's still beautiful. She has a gorgeous daughter. And she still got it. David Harbour's in the film. He's not in the film that much. He's basically in the beginning and then he disappears. He has no facial hair. He showed his potential, which he would show later in Black Widow. He was one of the only good things in that movie, and Stranger Things. The one actor I just thought that was like weak, that was barely underused, was Benjamin Bratt, because he plays another Mexican, even though he's Peruvian. You freaking idiots! He's barely in the film. He's not threatening, and even when he dies at the end or gets arrested, I'm like, it's so underwhelming. I'm like, that's it? You caught him and that's it? I'm like, that's why this film, I think, needed to be an R rating. Not to add F-bombs, but to make him pay, like the villains in Peppermint. I thought this movie was better than Peppermint, but it needed an R rating. Because with the PG-13, they could only show so much. Michael K. Williams is fine. I miss him. He plays a black gangster because it is the movie from the 2010s, before the whole BLM movement, and he's fine in the film. He does his job. The film is shot really well. The beginning, I thought the shaky cam was terrible. Like who did the editing for this movie? I forgot. The editing in the beginning when they're chasing Jason is just, you could barely see what's going on. It's like the Hunger Games when they're running in the field and you barely know what's going on. Note to self, Hollywood, stop putting freaking shaky cam in your movies. I want to see what's going on. Stop doing this, because people don't move when when they're running. The camera's not supposed to be moving with them. It doesn't make it realistic. It just makes it lame. And the film is short too. It's not normally these crime films like The Batman is going to be almost 3 hours long. This movie's about an hour and 45. It's quick. It is painless compared to other films. It runs a little long in the middle, but it's still shorter than a lot of crime dramas we get today, like The Irishman and freaking Heat, and what was the other one? Nightmare Alley. I don't know how long that is, but it's short. It's how longer than this. The Rotten Tomatoes consensus was stupid. They said they gave it a 57%, so above average. But it said though it features one of Dwayne Johnson's more thoughtful performances, it is. It's a good performance. The presentations of Snitch's underlining messages muddled by lackluster storytelling and some tonal inconsistencies. No, this movie's dark. It's not a comedy. They don't like have cars that are flying off like in Fast 9. Even The Rock knew that movie was a joke. And they don't crack jokes in the movie. Like there's barely anybody smiling. It's very, very dark. I don't think it was inconsistent. It was consistent. It just needed an R rating, in my opinion. The movie cost $25 million and made 57. So even the audiences were like, they gave it half the budget back, which it deserves that. It didn't need to make $1 billion. I'm glad it was a one and done. It didn't need to be a franchise. The kid that plays Jason, I thought could have been better at casting. They cast another Binto because, God knows I haven't seen enough of that in my life. But he's there. He's not in the film that much. He gets what he deserves, At least his character gets out of prison. He doesn't die. But the actor, I'm like, I could take him or leave him. It was Rafi Gavran. I never even heard of this guy, so who cares, right? Was he in Game of Thrones? No. He was in Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, but I don't remember him. A Star is Born, I don't remember him in that either. No Game of Thrones. Tracers, Books of Blood. He's done a lot of stuff I never even heard of, so I'll take him or leave him. It's not like this is the any of the cast members from Eternals, so I can say that. But the movie is well done. If you've never seen it, it's on HBO Max and other streaming services. I think Hulu has it. It's worth your watch at least once. The action is well shot. When they crash cars and the trucks and everything at the end, it's well done. The Spanish didn't need to be there. I think you could have cut that out. Only Benjamin Bratt needed to be in the film. And use him more. Don't put him in the last 30 minutes and then he has 5 minutes of screen time. I know he was doing other films, but you need to be threatened by the villain, and I wasn't. I thought he was just underused. And not crazy about him, but he could have been in it a lot more. But it's a good film. It's well made. It's not a cartoon. It has way more realism than a lot of films today. There's not a lot of half-baked CGI in the movie, which is great. Except for some of the CGI blood. I think there's a little bit of it. And also, it's entertaining. The Rock is always entertaining, even in a serious role. That's why he became an actor. But anyway, thanks for watching my first review of the month of February. I'm leaving for a party later, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I'll do another review. Thanks for watching. Take care. And I'll see you in the next one.